First of all, you must earn trust. All of us are in a trust business no matter what we do. Relationships, business. Trust, two primary components: character and competence. Character, integrity, intent. You can read down the specific examples of that. Competence, capability, results. Too many times I see in my industry and in other industry people trying to impress upon you how smart they are, that they're smarter than you, and you just go with it because of credentials. But what about this side here, the character piece? At the end of the day, all of this confidence doesn't mean a thing if you're not a person of trust, of integrity, of character. That is the end game for everything that we do. You must earn trust. You don't have a right to it, you must earn it from people. So next slide, please. Alphabet soup. Yes, I have credentials, the competency. I don't emphasize this, it's on my business card. I went to DeSales University. I was a public accounting CPA. I was an information systems auditor. I have a CISA, not a SISI, a CISA. I have an MBA in finance and marketing. I was CFA. I just passed my certified financial planner. What does all this mean? I love to learn. My mom was a school teacher. I love to teach. I will never, ever stop learning. There will be more. And that's the takeaway from the competence side. Alphabet soup. This is my overall mindset for myself and working with others. Kaizen, continuous improvement. My personal mindset and my mindset in working with others. Life is a process. Business is a process. Everything you do in life is a process of continuous improvement if you're going to tap into your core. Get to that self-actualization in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Next slide, please. But it's a two-way street. None of us do business together unless we're engaging each other and trusting each other bilateral. Again, your relationships in life, your business relationships. So what do you, the suit, what does the suit do? He goes through a process when he sits down with his clients. What do you want to happen? This is called a mind map. We go through your values, your goals, and your relationships. What you want to happen, what's important. All that financial stuff, that's just enabling what you want to happen. Getting to know you first. Next slide. With the ultimate goal is, what is your life philosophy? At the end of the day, we all work, but I don't think most people work to live. They don't live to work. They work to live. My vision to help others achieve deeper meaning and purpose in their lives. This visual here, you only go around this merry-go-round once. You don't want to mess this thing up. If you have a passion, life will follow. The money will follow. Follow your heart. This is a great visual. I found this morning at 5 a.m. This is what I want you to remember for all of you. Find your purpose. Next slide, please. It's all about peace of mind. My mission to ensure people make financial decisions that align to their values in life. That mind map is what enables that. Once I understand what your values are, the numbers are here, your values are here, let's marry them up. There's no greater wealth in this world than peace of mind. Wealth, not monetary, your peace of mind, what's in here. Next slide, please. The backbone of America. Who works with the suit? So who do I work with? Small business owners and people in small business. That is my target market. I'm a big fan of small business ownership. I think it is the backbone of American innovation. But to be successful, you first have to have the courage to go for it. Bill Rancic of ComfortingQuotes.com. Next slide, please. What does the suit do? Just on a high level. If you're a business owner, your goal is to ultimately have an exit plan. Executive benefits are a way to get your wealth and monetize what you have in your business so that you can ultimately retire as a person. Retirement has three pieces. You retired for yourself, take care of your heirs, and take care of your legacy. When you help people get to the top of this pyramid, it transcends their life. When you help people realize they're taken care of here and that they can make an impact to society, it is enhancing the overall wealth and society as a whole. So that's what the suit does. Products and services, I don't talk product, but sometimes people wonder, what does that mean? What could I do? I'll just mention, it's insurance, it's planning for education, retirement, setting up 401ks and simple plans. income planning, Social Security. It's apparently very popular with them back there. Managing people's money, tax and estate planning. It's a plan. These things are what I do. I don't need to get into these details. This guy's here, Allen Iverson. Products, seriously, practice? He's saying, I'm saying products. Like, I don't care about the products. It's about what they want to happen. This stuff I can make happen. Next slide, please. So who's underneath the suit? All right? Is it Superman? I don't know. Let's take a look at the, is it a bird? Is it a plane? I've been called a personal CFO, a quarterback. For people that don't know, this is Carson Wentz in his college days, the Eagles quarterback that hopefully will give us the trophy. I've got a guy. I want to be that guy. I've been called a life coach. That's one of the biggest compliments anybody has ever given to me, calling me their life coach. Others, TBD. Next slide, please. When I worked at Time Warner in Manhattan, my nickname was Apple Pie because of the wholesome nature I came across to people. When I went to JP Morgan, they called me Pencil-Tucky Joe. So who am I, right? All these years I worked in Manhattan, I bought the black shoes, got the cool haircut, and you know what? After working in 9/11, I realized one thing. I am a wholehearted person. I am just an ordinary Joe with a passion for helping people. There's my buddy Joe. And my name's Joseph Leary. Those are my credentials. But at the end of the day, my call to action is whether you have a plan or don't have a plan, I love talking with people to help them realize their dreams in life. Again, Joe Leary, Mass Mutual, Lehigh Valley Elite Network at Morgan's. Thank you very much.
Question time.
I'm not here for
Ellen.
My husband and I started pretty late putting together our financial plan. And the way it was presented to us was, how do you want to live when you retire? And then, of course, that's the money you need to be building. And now we're doing everything right. We're doing our homework, that our financial planner, has given us, and we're being very due diligent about it. But he seems stressed beyond words, and I'm like, we're doing everything right. What can you say and just be a Xanax?
I know a guy.
And specifically, I think it's about expectations and understanding and education. There's all these E's. It's grounded in ethics. You start working your way up your experience, your education. It's educating you. If there's an uneasiness on his side, it's probably because there's a conversation that needs to happen about further educating and getting you comfortable with the situation.
Okay.
It's all about expectations at the end of the day. Because most people, when you sit down with them, don't just want to retire. They want to just live the life they've always wanted to live. And if that means working another year or two, tell somebody it's going to be tight. And you may need to work another year or two. Or how about part-time work? Or something to bridge the gap, because maybe it is a little bit too tight to retire based on that target age. And there's probably some just candid conversation. You put it all out there, and then it's a choice. Either you spend less or you make more for the long term, and you find a happy median so you can live the lifestyle you want.
Right. See, that's my concern, and I just love the way you put your presentation together, because by setting everything up, we should be.
Right.
But instead of he's like yada and we need to have.
You have to tap into this, and if he's not getting to this, there's going to be uneasiness.
Sure.
And that's what it comes down to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, I see that you're Mass Mutual Financial Group. What products do you carry? Do you have to just carry, is there a certain type
If you
of
go back
products
to a couple slides. So these are the actual products. So at the end of the day, when I sit down with somebody, just like all of us, we don't care, can you solve my window problem day one? All the different kinds of windows, I know I can go to you for that. If I have a window problem, I know I can go to Jack's class. I cover all of these products. I have license to sell insurance, investments. I can provide investment planning for a fee, which is a key thing going on in the industry right now. I have capability to provide all of these products and services. I don't do taxes. I'm not a lawyer and I don't do wills, but I liaise with those parties. And so if somebody looks to me as that quarterback or as that life coach, I will work with them. And I have a call tomorrow with a $4 million client. I have clients from 100,000, 50,000, all the way up to several million. And that call tomorrow is about their estate plan with an attorney in order to make sure that I don't misrepresent what can be done legally, because I am not the all-in expert on that. But looking to me as like a CFO or however you look at, that's my goal, is to be that point person to find the right answer.
But do all of your products then have to be like Mass Mutual
No.
products, or you're free to whatever?
The first thing I sit down with the client, I'm not wedded to Mass Mutual. I'm not captive. In fact, the one thing that drives me nuts is being associated with a name that has that connotation. I am not a life insurance guy. I'm not just a money guy from Wall Street. I can provide whatever I want to whomever I want, as long as it goes through the right channels. So I'm not wedded to any particular product. I'm not captive, as they call it in the industry.
Right. That's really good to know, because without you giving this presentation and telling us that, I would never know.
Right.
So, like in Valerie's situation where she's not, she's a little hesitant with the financial planner she's using now, can you go in there and give her an evaluation? Is that unethical to do that, or how does that work? They have to institute the call to you first?
I think most of us here, when we talk about providing a service to people, any one of us, I think from what I've heard so far, will sit down with somebody free of charge.
Right.
I don't charge a fee to sit down. So it's not unethical if I'm helping somebody gain clarity. At the end of the day, it may be the greatest guy in the world that just needs to bridge the gap.
Right.
I'm happy to do that. And if it's something where there is some dissonance in the head, where maybe there is a change that's needed, that's fine. I've done both sides of that. And it's just like these networking events, it pays off in spades in the long term, because you do right by somebody.
Yeah.
The business will follow regardless of whether it's from that conversation or 6 months or 12 months down the road.
Well, that's great.
I do want to add, the estate planning portion of your financial planner, to me, was the biggest weight off my shoulder. When my mom passed away, she left a nightmare of a mess with finances, and it took us 6 months to get it all under control. What I wanted from my financial planner was to organize everything. Now my children make one phone call to my financial planner. They know where my car payment is. They know what my mortgage is. They know where my stocks, bonds, mutual funds are. It's a one-stop shopping, and whew, that's a wonderful thing.
That's the first thing I'll ask people. The biggest impact you can have on your legacy is, you die tomorrow, what happens? That has nothing to do with the plan and retirement. And so the first question, it's a big red part on the mind map. If you don't have a will and powers of attorney that go with it, I don't care how old you are, that's number one. And the other concept, Valerie, if to extend upon that for everybody, a digital fiduciary. Mm-hmm. A digital fiduciary. Who's going to shut down your online presence when you die? It breaks my heart when I see people that have died and there's a Facebook and LinkedIn account. How do you shut that down? Your photos you upload to the cloud. If it's in your wife's name and you're a husband trying to get access to those photos, and God forbid she dies, you're not going to get access to those photos.
Wow.
So assigning a digital fiduciary is critical. I couldn't even get my wife's Kohl's charge card. I had to get her on the phone in order to validate that she was overdue on a payment, because she had to be there. Imagine now dealing with your financial assets as a whole, and your personal keepsakes and memories and photos.